Greetings viewers, welcome back to Kenny Chan's channel, aka 讲车仔. Yes, this is a different setup for a very special occasion because yes, I know it's been a while since I recorded a video, since I released a video. However, I feel like I just cannot miss out this particular set here. So judging from the product code, and you see the Mattel, you see Hot Wheels cars, you see made in Thailand, contains 10 pieces. Most likely you already know what this is, and if you saw the title, you definitely know what this is. So without further ado, there you go. Here's the entire case of the 2025 Silver Series Accelerator set. So in this particular case, this is the first time that I actually had to buy an entire case because I feel like I had to contribute my part of it to possibly make it possible to have future mixes, you know. So that's why for the first time ever, I actually bought an entire case. So as you can see right here, each case consists of 5 models each. So initially there's a lot of rumors saying about the Revert, or should I say Revert, was going to be 1 per case, but as you can see here, it's no longer 1 per case. So you get even mixes throughout the entire production run, shall I say. So without further ado, let's get to the first one here. I think I should put it like this way so you can see what this is. Yeah, so let me just pull the one from the bottom. So number 1 of 5, it's Iridium. So this is basically Major Williams' car in the series itself. Yes, it is that cliffhanger episode where we realize, oh, this is actually Major Williams' car. So yeah, Iridium, a cool casting actually. And here's the look at the card art. Let me just put it right back here so you can see the card art. I think the card art looks very gorgeous. The card itself kind of had that metallic sheen to it, and well, they can't really do that on the plastic body card, but I think as far as trying to replicate what the animation looked like, I think it's got pretty close, you know. The plastic color on the windshield and the wheels are not exactly, you know, what you say accurate, but it's good enough for me, honestly. Plus you got that single stripe right down in the middle, so that's pretty accurate actually. Also, you got your headlight details right there, and these wheels are actually brand new. They call it the AS6. So this is not the Como wheels. This is a single piece plastic wheel that's trying to mimic the look of a CM6, shall I say. So for the Silver Series, if there is going to be a future mix of accelerators, I'm pretty sure this is the wheel they are going to use from here on out. And as you can see, Silver Series. So here's the card back. Yeah, there's the 5 models right there. There's your barcode if you ever needed it. So that's number 1 of 5, Iridium. Also, another fun fact is that this character right here, well, they used the wrong art. Apparently, this is not Major Wheeler's helmet design in the animation, in the cartoon itself. So Major Wheeler's helmet actually had that one single stripe that is very prominent, just like the car itself. So this one sadly is not Major Wheeler's character design in the cartoon itself, but it's fine, you know. I mean, Silas's character might be really hard to basically tell them apart, right? So it's fine for me. So yeah, that's 1 of 5 Iridium, as I said before. So Iridium, 2 per case. Let me just put them aside so it doesn't fall over. Later on, I'm going to open these cards to show you more closely under some lighting or some sort. maybe I just continue use this lighting right here. So there is number 2 out of 5. This is Slingshot. This is basically Kurt Wild's car. So Slingshot, this one is the retool version. As you can see, it's not the split back as I call. So I mean, it's still a cool looking car, don't get me wrong, but it would be cool to see the split back version. So this is Kurt Wild's car, and it's the plastic based version, metal body, plastic base. And here's the car art. There's the so-called mewing Kurt Wild, but the car art itself, it just looks gorgeous, don't it? It just looks so good looking, and the cars themselves are so good looking as well. You got your Teku livery and everything. So there's number 2 out of 5, Slingshot, a car that is having some brief appearance during the start of the series, and in the middle of the series, Kurt Wild eventually changed his car to battle spec. So that's the number 2 out of 5 Slingshot. Again, 2 per case. Let me just put them aside, and I'm gonna just leave this one to the last, I say. So let's get to number 3. Number 3 is Hollowback, the Metal Maniacs representative car in this set, driven by Torque Maddox. So this one, it's basically the mainline casting, but they tempered it throughout, so you can see all the details, all the intricate parts has all been detailed up, like your side decals. The wheels are unique on this one. This is not the AS6, this is the Silver Series 5 spokes. So to try to mimic the 5 spokes in the cartoon. However, one thing is different. In the cartoon, the wheels itself is like either full chrome or full silver. However, on this one, it's got the black spokes instead. So here's the front, here's your details, your headlights, your engine details, and the hood. All have been tempered, all have been detailed, and also they changed the color of the windows. As you can see, it's more darker than the prototype that you saw before. So here's Hollowback, number 3 out of 5. So this one is basically the plastic body metal based version. Same goes for this one, still 2 per case. And number 4, we have RDO9, representing Racing Drones, driven by none other than Galorium herself. So this car, it's a bit of a unique one because this one has some retool work actually done to this RDO9, especially at the front here. This window piece, it's been going through, you see, it's going up into the windshield itself instead of like going across the windshield. And also the engine part has more details on it now. However, with this added on detail, it's basically less accurate to the cartoon version, but it's fine though, because at least in the diecast itself you get a more detailed engine, which is nothing that I would ever complain. And the decals are excellent on this one. Just how they printed the decals, look how they basically printed the decals on the top, on the side. However, I just noticed that this one has a bit of a blemish on the side here. It's fine, you know, it's not really a big problem for me. And the wheels, it's like bright green, you know, it's not exactly dark green. It's just that because of the black base, it might look a bit dark from here, but from here it looks fine. So there's the RDO9 driven by Galora. Same goes for the RDO9, 2 per case. And last but not least, the main point of this re-debut of the Acceleracers. Here you have Revert, previously called Revert. So the previous name, the reason why Revert wasn't being used anymore is because of some legal disputes to a cruise ship company where they have a mascot character. The name is called Revert, and Hot Wheels didn't trademark the name Revert back then, so that's why they lost it. Ever since they lost it, they've been calling this car a lot of things. In I believe one of the games, it's been called Verts, and there's no name. It's just literally called Verts because, well, this car is driven by none other than the main character, Vert Bueller himself. So now with this new name, Revert, it's actually a really good name because not only it's a trick in skateboarding, but the name itself, not only because it sounded like reverb, but it also include the name of the driver itself, Revert, and the word revert, it's like a skateboarding trick name. So it's just all timed together so perfectly. So there's Revert on the card art, you can see. Let me just take some angle here. There you go, there's your Revert on the card art, and here's the casting. So this one is a bit of a special one. This one has been recast, basically the entire thing has been redone, basically rework, and this one right here feels heavy. You know why? It's metal body, metal base. So this should, if my guesses is correct, I think this one day we might get a premium release with a proper CM6 wheels. So this might be a bit of a more bliss future that we can see right now, you know. There's more bliss future for this particular casting right here, or even Acceleracers in general, you know. So here's Revert, and as I said before, this one also, oops, this one also 2 per case, so there's no worry that this one would ended up being 1 per case. It's going to be 2 per case, which is good news for a lot of collectors. So yeah, let me just sort this out, and then I'm going to open it up, show you more closely. And we're back. So let's open up the cars itself. So no worries, I have bought, since I bought a case, right, so I'm going to have a set that is completely sealed, and one day I'm going to put these into a protector so I can display it nicely. So for now, these are meant for open, and I don't think I'm going to keep this card nicely because I'm going to already have another set which is separate. So yeah, I'm going to open it up the traditional opening Hot Wheels way. So let's without further ado, let me just open it up. Wow, these glue is seriously something else. They stuck on there really well. Alright, so here's the first one. Let me just put the card somewhere else. So here's Iridium. As you can see, the details on the side, the tribal graphics, it just looks so good. Look at that. Look at the graphics, the colors, and the detail, the middle stripe, the headlights, the wheels itself, they roll nicely. Really nice looking wheel. The base is just a gloss black base, and it rolls pretty well. I also, yep, it rolls nicely. So here's Iridium. So this is basically Major Wheeler's car, like I said before, and it's the one that in the animated show itself, spoilers, in the animated show itself, this middle bit would just make the car split in two, and then it would transform into a motorcycle. Both sides will transform into their own motorcycle form. So that's Iridium. And another transformation that Iridium also did in the cartoon itself is the transformation into Rolling Thunder, Monkey's car. So that one is also quite interesting to see. Such a low slung car can actually disguise itself into Rolling Thunder, which is an SUV. So this particular Iridium, it's the rework casting, so no split rear wing. However, I think the casting itself looks pretty cool even without the split rear wing, because I'm assuming that might be not only the cost reason but also a bit of a hazard reasons, because if it's not having if it's not having like this attached wing design, I would assume that this bit would be snapped off quite easily, you know. So there's Iridium. Let me focus it a little bit more, adjust it, and let's move on to number 2, which is here, Slingshot. So Slingshot, I think this card looks really cool. Now the only thing that I don't have is the Diora 2. I haven't bought the Teku Diora 2 yet, so one day I'm going to buy one of those and then do my detail work. Basically made it pretty much match this particular car right here. So here's Slingshot. Like I said, the rework casting. There's your details, front and rear at your rear light. So let's just open it up. I hope the glue is not as intense. Huh. Yeah, the glue is not that intense. Right? So here's the second card. Here's Slingshot in all its glory. Let me just focus it back again. So the casting itself looks pretty cool, I would say. It's from the mainline. It's basically the mainline casting. So I think the casting itself looks still good enough. And I just noticed there's a bit of a blemish on mine, but it's okay, it's fine. So here's the front. And if you know about Slingshot, Slingshot actually has pop-up headlights, so that's why there's no headlights up front. And there's the Teku logo. And then here's the other side. Oh yeah, the Iridium, I haven't shown you the other side. So here's the other side. And then here's Slingshot, the other side. The wheels itself just looks so good. And yes, these have black AS6, because this is earlier in the story where they haven't really found out about the interchangeable tire compound thing. So this is when they're still a street car. That's why it's got normal tires instead. So here's Slingshot. Really nice casting, really nice graphics. The graphics is well done actually. So for a Silver Series, basically look at the decals and everything. It's just so well done. Man, this series looks so good. I'm really just, you know, I don't know what to say. It's just such a good looking series so far. So the third car is Hollowback, and this one is another one of those mainline casting that's been adapted into this rework accelerator set. Like I said, Hollowback driven by Torquematics. So let's just open it up. Alright, so here's Hollowback. There it is. So this particular one, I think the decals turn out good. You know, there's no blemishes anywhere as far as I can see. No blemish, no nothing. So this Hollowback is actually a really good rework in my eyes, because the original one from 2005, it was actually like a much brighter red color, which doesn't really match the one in the carton itself. So this brown one actually fits more to the carton itself. And there's also this black hood and then that black trunk, and with this it's just a much more accurate representation to the Hollowback in the cartoon. And these wheels also looks gorgeous, doesn't it? So there's the Hollowback driven by Torquematics, a car that surprisingly survived throughout the entire series. So yeah, that's Hollowback number 3. Alright, let me just focus. There you go. So if you notice, I changed my setup. Also my phone, the camera that I'm using right now is my phone, and it's also another phone. It's no longer the old phone, so that's why I'm still figuring out the manual focus thing or auto focus thing, so see how it goes. So here's number 4, RD09, designed by Dwayne Vance, driven by Galora. And let's open it up. Okay. Wow. This one looks actually really good. I just realized that this one also had a blemish on door, but it's on both doors, so I don't know, is it like a early production thing or something, but well, you gotta check your RD09 when you purchase it, I think. So here's RD09 with the redesigned engine. Check out the details closely. Like, look at how much more mechanical it looks nowadays now with this new engine recast. And here's the front end where you had that retool windshield bit. Here's the front of the car, and here's the green AS6, and then here's your side graphics. Here's the rear and the side blade. Yeah, this side blade is still part of the base, so this side blade is actually metal. So this side blade is metal. The body here, from here on out, it's all plastic. So the RD09 actually had more weight at the bottom of the car, if that makes any sense, because it's a much bigger metal base, shall I say. So here's RD09, and here comes the big news. Yeah, the one that I'm most excited about, because here's the thing. The reason why I'm so excited about these accelerators is because when I was a kid, I didn't get a chance to buy any of the originals because they are way too expensive back then. And so that's why my parents decided to buy me the normal Hot Wheels instead of the Accelerator set. That's why with this Redux, I call it the Redux version, I am so excited about it, especially this big boy right here, Revert. So there's your card. You want to take a look at it, and here is the unboxed. There's some common things I notice about these packages is their glues are actually really tough to open. Yeah, they really want you to keep it in the package now, huh? Alright, so here's the rework Revert. So this one, since this one is a big news, let's going to take a look a little bit more closely. So with this one, because it's metal body and metal base, that's why the details are all more printed like the premium style cars, and it's just so good, man. This, oh my god, the details, the tail lights. Here's your front end with the more movie accurate headlights, and the engine cover is more movie accurate as well, because in the movies the headlights and the engine cover is all orange, whereas on the original Revert, the headlights are chrome, and also the engine part is also chrome, so it's not really movie accurate for that one. And they also added side mirrors on this casting right here, and also the lower front end, as you can see. So this Revert casting was done by Ron, so kudos to Ron. You just pull it off, the entire set right here, and not just the Revert itself. This entire set is just such a treat to the Acceleracers community, which I've only been recently paying more attention, because, well, like I said, I've missed out pretty much the entirety of the Acceleracers when I was a kid, and I only found out about it like 10 or so something years later, and I find myself having some appreciation to the series. So like I usually do, I always have like a companion piece section about these castings right here. However, the companion piece, it's only on here for some particular reasons. Let's just say it that way. So let me just pull out the Revert again. So the companion piece that you can go along with it, one of them is this. Yes, I know it's not the exact Diora 2 and it's not stock exactly, because this one is my custom. I added some headlight details, some tail light details, and this one is the, as you can see on the, let me just zoom in a little bit. There you go. You can see that circle frame logo right there. So this one is a treasure hunt. However, since it's a blue Diora 2, I think it's also a really good companion piece to the Revert that Vert drives, because in Highway 35, Vert drives a Diora 2. So I think these two are really good companion pieces. And another good companion piece to Revert, also a bit of a good comparison. Here I have the Hypertruck. So if you guys knew anything about the Hypertruck, it's basically a truck version of the original Revert casting. So that's why I have this Hypertruck standby in my collection for just quite some time, because I've been waiting for this arrival instead. So let's do a little bit of a comparison, shall we? So here's a look at it from the side. From the side itself, I think Race Grooves back then also did a really good comparison. So you can see, let me just pull out something else. So as you can see, this one, the front vent, there's like a split in the middle, and then this one, the front vent, there's no split in the middle. And because this is a mid-engine car, so the air vent actually go this side, whereas the Hypertruck, it's the other way around. And like you can see right here, the rear fender on the Hypertruck is actually smooth. There's no vent here, and then on the Revert, there's like a vent over here faintly, but it is there. And here's the front end. So if you compare it, now you can see what they say about the lower front end. Although even though it's a lowered front end, it's not really lowered that much actually. But I think this is more than enough. It makes the car looks lower, more aggressive stance. Whereas this Hypertruck right here is basically the same front end angle as the old Revert. Then you can tell, yep, they actually lowered the front lip quite a lot. So here's the front end comparison. Basically the same. The front grille is definitely different. Revert actually had like two vents right there, whereas the Hypertruck just had this front splitter design. And then here's the top. Yep, big difference right there. One is mid-engine, one is a truck, so self-explanatory. And then the rear, yep, the original design for either the Revert or Hypertruck, there's no detail on the tail lights. It's just blank squares, and that's pretty much it. Whereas on the Revert, there you go, there's your rework tail light. It's just a little tiny tail light, which is kind of weird, but that is how it looks like in the cartoon itself. So yeah, I think this is a major upgrade, even compared to the newer casting of Hypertruck here. So I think there's the Revert and Hypertruck comparison. Let me just focus it back. There you go. And another one, which initially in the teaser photos in the convention a couple months ago, where Ron actually did something on the Instagram post. Did anybody remember this? Anybody remember this Roadrunner right here? Yep, in one of the pictures, Ron actually put this Roadrunner alongside, well, none other than Revert. Yeah, I know I've been missing out these cars right here, but Revert, because it's more of a bigger news, so that's why there's a lot of more spotlights on Revert. So there's one photo, I believe it was arranged like this, where the Roadrunner was sitting alongside Revert right here. If you know anything about the 70 Roadrunner and what's the connection between the Roadrunner and Acceleracers, well, this one is basically Taro Kitano's old car before he switched into Revert. However, this particular orange one is a premium release. It's from the Fast and Furious set, so there's no news whether they are going to do a Metal Maniacs version of the Roadrunner or even the Highway 35 version of the Roadrunner, and we can only wait and see. So this particular casting is actually really really well detailed. You know, you got your black hood, you got your Max style wheels, which is a bit skinny, but you know it's good enough for me. And you got your front end. That front end is just gorgeous. The stance itself, it's also nice. And this casting is done by Brendan Vatuski, so shout out to Brendan for this really cool casting. Let's see what future does this casting hold, because I'm pretty sure it's in the plans. Yep. So there you go. There's your first look at the Acceleracers 2025 set. So there you go. There's your number 1 to number 5. My personal favorite, obviously, number 1 is going to be Revert, because how can you not like it? It's just such a good remodel. However, because Ron did said in the review at Lamley's video that if this set was selling pretty well, they are going to do more of these. So hopefully the collectors are going to buy out all of these and then make them convince them basically do, you know, a mix 2 version of it. And if there's a mix 2, what car you want to see in the set? Personally, I would like to see, since there's a redone reverb, I'm going to see, I just want to see a rework version of the baseline, because I think baseline is another iconic character's car. The voice actor sadly passed away a couple years ago, so I think redone the baseline with a more proper metal body, metal base, more detailed speakers on the car. I think that would be a really good tribute to the late Kirby Morrow, which voiced Shirako. So yeah, I think baseline would be a really good pick for one of them. However, the rest, I mean, you can leave the comments down below on what you think can be in the rest of the lineup if they're ever going to do a mix 2. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. Thanks for watching, and please like, share, subscribe to my channel, and like I said, comment down below what's your favorite casting from Accelerator, and what would you wish to see if there was ever a mix 2. So yeah, that's it. See ya.